Even though it doesn't happen regularly, there are just some moments in life that we have our minds completely blown. Rally racing is one of the most popular motorsports events in the world, and in the city of Stratoya, which is known for having very narrow roads, somehow drivers were still able to pass through with ease. An interesting cut that can be done to almost any rock is the opposed bar, also known as the pixel cut. And even though it looks like the rock is pixelated, it's just a simple cut that consists of parallel cuts that create a weird effect. A kind of scary footage to watch is this bird, who looks like it just hit the edge of the map. That makes us wonder if we're on the set of The Truman Show. During a show, the entire crowd was completely mesmerized by the changing of clothes in a fraction of a second. And well, even though with a close look you can see people below pulled the clothes down and had flaps to cover the windows, the performance is really well done. A mind-blowing, disturbing video to watch comes from the Asni River, which used to be a major source of drinking water for a village, but suddenly got completely flooded by tons of garbage. The Newton's law of viscosity in simple terms is that a Newtonian fluid is proportional to shear stress. Like if you stir water hard, it will move a lot. But then there are non-Newtonian fluids that don't follow this law and can turn into solids when pressure is applied. When people were getting too close to a volcano, an officer decided to demonstrate what will happen if they were to fall inside by throwing some organic waste, and it created a sort of violent reaction, which also answers the question to what if we dumped our trash into volcanoes. Addis Ababa is the capital of Ethiopia and has a metro population of 4 million people. This is one of the busiest intersections, and there are no traffic lights or stop signs, and surprisingly not that many accidents. An incredible moment to watch is what looks like a log jam trying to paddle away, and it's pretty crazy how well balanced the log is on the rock. In a Topper's Pizza location in Southern California, a man with incredible reflexes saved a pizza from a tragic ending. Even though they've been discontinued for years, the Boeing 929 Jetfoil is a water jet-propelled hydrofoil boat, which goes much faster than normal boats, since as the boat gains speed, the hydrofoils lift the boat's hull off the water, decreasing the drag. With whales being able to generate a force of up to 60 kilonewtons, this zoo visitor got lucky it was just a toy ball. Okay, I really don't know how this performer got that much impulse to keep spinning for over 10 consecutive seconds. Anesthesiologists have widely agreed that drawing a circle is one of the highest shapes to control, since our brain doesn't have enough resources to focus on correlation of movement and do cognitive tasks at the same time. But this professor managed to do pretty much a perfect circle using an odd technique. In 2019, Hungary opened its first musical road that plays a song when you drive by the speed limit, which ingenious engineers were able to make by calculating where to cut lines into the asphalt to generate a melody at a certain speed. This worker is so good at her job that it actually looks like she's doing magic. During a storm, some trash decided to dispose itself, and arguably as impressive is that someone managed to spot this on the security cam. These are soldiers from the Indian Army doing a drill, in which they display their incredible coordination. Gas stations have fire suppression systems that are really strong, and designed for outdoors even if the winds are strong. In Massachusetts, the system malfunctioned and left some customers covered in foam. When a delivery driver left a package in perfect placement to be targeted by a porch pirate, the wind decided to take care of it. During the Aerial Silk Act in 2018, one of the performers did a mesmerizing trick that made the entire audience hold their breath during the entire time, since there was no crash mat below. During a soccer match at Dust Devil, which are little whirlwinds with upward motion, kind of interrupted the game. Luckily, no one was hurt, but I'm sure they were finding dust everywhere inside their house.
Interrupted play for a bit. No one was injured, and after several...
An almost unbelievable fact is that tsunami waves are able to cross entire oceans without great loss of energy, with records of the Indian Ocean tsunami traveling as much as 3,000 miles to Africa and arriving with sufficient force to take down trees and houses. This is what tsunami waves look in the deep ocean, and it's extremely scary. This was definitely not the cameraman's lucky day. When a not what I was planning but I'll take it moment happened, the pool player's reaction was priceless. A recent nationwide survey that by Gymlist showed that 36.4% of adult Americans can't do more than 5 push-ups in a row, and we're guessing that less than 0.01% can even attempt to do this gravity-defying push-up. Most contortionists are born with unusually flexible spines and other joints, and with constant training they're able to perfect their craft and do things that don't seem physically possible. Here's contortionist Sophie Dossi doing an incredible performance. When a rapper tried to hype up the crowd by throwing his cap, in a bizarre turn of events, it went right back to his hands. This is footage released by NASA of the sun unleashing a massive solar flare and a coronal mass ejection. When it snows in most cities, people shovel out to the curb, and in cities like New York that are full of pedestrians, it can create some deceiving puddles that make people slightly frustrated. Just as a TV news crew started doing a short segment about a dangerous intersection, a car accident happened that perfectly proved their point.
Over Street here, officials say it's one of the most dangerous streets in all of Los Angeles, and now...
And well, luckily everyone was okay, and they did manage to catch the driver who attempted to flee the scene. Thanks to entropy, these two bubble rings are able to collide, creating a mesmerizing effect. In Iceland, due to road conditions, it's not abnormal to have a snorkel attached to your car in order to go basically underwater without damaging the engine. Okay, even though this is a great concept in theory, it's still very illegal.